Well, good morning. I'm going to talk about fast food this morning. No, not McDonald's or Whataburger. I'm talking about 100 years ago fast food. They had it then as well as they do now, except you didn't drive up in your car to get it, and you didn't even ride up on your horse to get it. You went inside and sat at a long counter. They were called lunch counters. Because the bane of restaurant owners has always been empty chairs at tables. Two people come in, sit at a table. There'll be people at the door waiting to get in, and the place is full with all those empty seats that they can't use. So the solution to it was to do away with tables, put in one long counter with swivel seats, and that way people would be encouraged to come in, eat, and leave. And if a seat opened up, well, somebody waiting to go into it immediately. Then they had specials on most every day at these places called Blue Plate Special. And the only thing that was special about it was fast and easy to make. It cost less, and to market they usually used plates with a blue ring around the outside that were an inch smaller than normal dinner plates. I happen to use those all the time now because it encourages us to not put as much on our plates, and it's probably helping us control our weight. But that said, I'm going to make a Blue Plate Special breakfast from probably around 1920, give or take a few years along in there. It's pretty simple. It's pretty good too. I've done it before once, and that was about 4 or 5 years ago, so I thought I would redo that recipe and tell you about the lunch counters. You could find them bus stations, truck stops now have them, but at that time the most of them were in the 5 and dime stores. And the reason for that is because when lunchtime came along and they needed help to run them, they could just move help from other places in the store over there for about an hour during the lunch rush, and then let them go back to their jobs. So it utilized space and personnel very well. So come go with me now, and I'm going to make a Blue Plate Special breakfast from about 1920. Oh, and by the way, at that time they were about 20 cents. Okay, I have everything pretty well situated here. The bread is over in the toaster. Got everything else I need, and here's my piece of bologna that I'll put in there to fry. It doesn't really have to be cooked, just heated, because it's already pre-cooked when you get it. While that's cooking, I'll put the bread out of the toaster over here and a piece of cheese on top of it. And this needs to be turned. Okay, the bologna is hot. You know, bologna was the quintessential lunch meat of that time. Then they had pickle loaf and olive loaf and things like that, but the main thing was bologna. You could either get beef bologna or beef, pork, turkey, whatever else that they could come up with. Now I'm just going to put a lid over this and let it close over the top to give me an over easy egg. a very pretty egg either. There we go. Get it over in the middle. A little salt. A little pepper. And that's ready to go to the table. It took about 30 seconds of cooking there is all it took, and that's what I was talking about being fast food. And there it is on the table. And by the way, if that cup looks small, it is. That's a vintage cup. That cup's probably 100 years old, and it's only about 6 ounces of liquid in it. Cups then weren't nearly as big as they are now. And we think of a measuring cup as being 8 ounces, that's 6 there. In fact, our coffee maker that we have is marked in cups, which if you figure it out, they are 6-ounce cups. Now let's taste this and see how it is. Nice old greasy egg there, and nice and runny in the yellow, and the white around it is done. In those days they charged a nickel for coffee, so I guess they could have a smaller cup. Now, you know what's a good breakfast? I'm going to finish my breakfast now, and it's so easy to make and so quick, and that's why I call it the fast food of a century ago. You know, I like bologna, fried bologna. We used to call it squealing pig from the noise it make while you were cooking it. And my nickel cup of coffee, which is about what it costs now to make. Of course, you go into IHOP or any place else and it's $3. Starbucks knows how much it is. So, God bless America, God bless Texas, because what state can you find this?